Hey guys, this is Spartacus here, and the information presented in today's video is a couple days old. I would have had this video go live yesterday, but instead I had my podcast get uploaded because it does get uploaded every Friday, and also you guys should totally check out my podcast if you haven't already. But today's video, we are going to be covering the Call of Duty team and how they came out and basically addressed the elephant in the room, and that is that Vanguard, Warzone, and Modern Warfare are completely broken right now. And so this is what they had to say. We wanted to take a minute to talk about fixing the game. We hear you and we feel your frustrations. Our teams are hard at work addressing the issues that are being experienced across Vanguard, Warzone, and Modern Warfare. Updates are being deployed as quickly as possible. We want everyone to have a seamless experience no matter which game mode, or platform you play on. Your feedback is a critical part of our development process to make our games the best they can be. Stay posted for real-time updates, and for the most frequent ones, make sure you're following Raven Software, Sledgehammer Games, Infinity Ward, and Treyarch. It is interesting to see how the Call of Duty team itself is the one addressing this issue and not someone in particular at one of the other studios, because in the past, usually when something like this occurs and that someone at the team has to go ahead and make a statement over on Twitter or something like that, it's usually someone in particular, and it's usually on their actual Twitter profile they'll post it. Like, for example, in Sledgehammer Games, we had Michael Condrey, used to be kind of like the face of Sledgehammer Games back during like Call of Duty World War II and Advanced Warfare, and so usually it would be his actual Twitter profile would be the one to actually give out the statement, or David Vonderhaar at Treyarch would usually be the one giving out the statement, not necessarily the actual Call of Duty itself Twitter page, social media, actually posting about it. You know, I find that quite interesting how they're doing this instead of what they usually do, and I think it's probably because like what's going on right now with Call of Duty is huge. Every single person is affected by this, whether they're casual players, whether they're hardcore fans like myself, or they're competitive players in the CDL. Like, there literally is, everyone is just getting affected by it, and I think it is appropriate for the actual Call of Duty team to make a statement. I think that's totally fair, and I will give them this. I will say it's better late than never, even though these issues have been going on for quite some time now. For Vanguard, obviously all these issues have been there since launch, and we're just getting more problems with each update, it feels like, in a way, whereas Warzone has gotten drastically worse since Caldera launched, and of course that's affected the Modern Warfare game too. And so yeah, everything has just gone to shit pretty much ever since November, and it's a real shame that it's going on. I'm glad they have addressed it. I'm glad that they did say something. They could have just not said anything at all, and you know, I do give them props for that. However, from now on, there needs to be straight up communication with the community. There needs to be like just blatant information to just give us on what's going on over there, because, you know, as Call of Duty fans, whether you're a casual or whether you're a hardcore Call of Duty fan or even a competitive player, you know, we're not getting any information from them. And I get they were on like a 2-week vacation, which probably wasn't a good time to take a vacation since your game just came out and it needs to be fixed. And I get like just literally last week they came back from vacation, and that's why we're starting to get a lot more updates now from them. You know, there still needs to be constant communication every single week. I mean, Activision is a huge organization, and Call of Duty is a huge part of Activision, and there's like hundreds of employees that work on these Call of Duty games. Like, I just feel like there should be no reason why we can't have constant communication every single week on what's going on, what are they working on, what they have done. The good thing is we do have a Trello board. If you guys don't know what the Trello board is, it's basically where Raven Software and Sledgehammer Games go to basically update and let the community know on things they're working on and things they've already fixed, and it's going to come out in the next update and stuff like that. I don't know how frequently the Trello board gets updated. I don't really check it too often, if I'm being completely honest with you, but it is something that they did provide to us so that we can check out, and I think it's great for us to see. But I still wish they could just like flat out and just tell us some things out on like Twitter or something like that. I don't know why they can't do it. I do want to move away from the communication side of things here for a second, because I think another thing that I really should address is just Call of Duty in general. You know, when it comes to new titles coming out and how Warzone's being handled, you know, I really do think that there's like not enough passion being put into new Call of Duty titles. That's just my personal opinion. Now, part of it has to do with the fact that some of these developers are being rushed when it comes to creating these Call of Duty games. Treyarch has been literally like slapped in the face so many times when it comes comes to actually rushing on their projects. And I think it's really clear, even if you're somebody who isn't a hardcore Call of Duty fan, I think it's pretty damn obvious that Treyarch has been rushed when it came to Black Ops Cold War, when it came to Black Ops 4, and when it came to Vanguard Zombies mode. Like, holy smokes, I really do feel bad for Treyarch, and it probably is something to do with Activision, because since they are like the tippity-toppity corporate, you know, bosses for Call of Duty itself. And so I really do feel bad for Treyarch, but when it comes to like Sledgehammer Games and like Infinity Ward, it's really hard to say, because, you know, they came out with Modern Warfare, and you could tell, like, as soon as they started working on Modern Warfare, they had an idea and they stuck with it all the way through. And I can't really say the same for Vanguard, because even though, like, if we look at like the timetable, you know, on like which developer came out with which Call of Duty game, Sledgehammer Games technically had like, what, 4 years to come out with Vanguard, but they only probably had like maybe 1 or 2 years to work on it, because there was some sort of controversy between them and Raven Software and why they couldn't come out with a Call of Duty game, hence why we had Black Ops Cold War, and Treyarch had to rush to make that game. But either way, my point being that, you know, I think part of the reason, like, you know, making these developers having a rushed schedule to like come out with new content and stuff like that, I think it really puts a step back when it comes to creativity and the different types of passion that these developers can come up with future Call of Duty titles and the different things they can add into it. It's not that we don't really see that nowadays. They definitely have introduced some new features that I think could definitely be a staple in the Call of Duty series, but I feel like it could be so much better where it's at right now. You know, this was supposed to be basically the year of first-person shooter games. We had, of course, a new Call of Duty title, a brand new Warzone map. We have a new Halo game that seems like it's being pretty successful. In my opinion, Halo Infinite's successful, despite what everyone else seems to think about it. I think it is a very solid game. And then Battlefield 2042 just completely flopped, which was really unfortunate. I was looking forward to that game. Like, this should have been the year of first-person shooter games because of all these huge titles coming out, and nobody seems to be happy about any of them. Halo Infinite, like I said, I think turned out really well. I think some people are just overreacting about some of the issues in that game. Battlefield 2042 is completely understandable. That game is quite literally a joke, and it's really sad how much hype that game actually had and where it is now. Vanguard, on the other hand, I think already had low expectations, but I think it raised a little bit higher expectations once it actually came out. But at the same time, we're still disappointed because a lot of the things in the game don't work properly. So what the hell is going on with the gaming industry, you guys? Like, especially with the first-person shooter scene. Like, holy shit, we should have been spoiled with first-person shooter games this year, and this is what we have to deal with, which is really, really sad. As a Call of Duty fanboy, you know, it sucks talking shit about the franchise. You know, I really hate talking year after year how much better the franchise could be, but I really want this franchise to be good. There's a reason why I still stick with it to this day, because I love the way Call of Duty plays. I love how smooth the first-person shooter experience is compared to other first-person shooters out there. You know, that's the reason why it's usually a pretty dominant game year after year when it comes to sales, but Vanguard clearly has not shown that when it comes to sales. So something needs to be done, and it needs to happen now. Like, they need to figure out what they want to do. Honestly, I've said this before in previous Call of Duty videos, Call of Duty is heading, like, their thought process on where they want Call of Duty to be, I think, is in the positive direction. You know, the way they have all these games integrated and, you know, updating them at the same time as Warzone. I think that is a great idea. However, they're just not executing it properly, and they need to get their shit together. Like, I don't know anything about game developing. I'm sure what they do is really hard, and there's probably no way I'm going to be able to handle what they do, but my goodness, they are the experts. There's a reason why they're in this field. Please figure it out and make us happy. And it's a real shame that video games there's just a huge demand for them now. There's so much higher expectations to video games than there was 20 years ago, and I really do hope things do look better in the future. I really hope they do not get worse. I definitely don't see the Call of Duty franchise disappearing anytime soon, but they really need to do something if they want to keep this franchise alive and keep people engaged every single year. But with that being said, that is it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure you leave a like if you did enjoy it. Subscribe to the channel for Call of Duty videos almost every single day. And of course, make sure you follow me on Twitter to stay up to date with me outside of YouTube. And I shall catch you guys later.